Hello, everybody. My name is Angel. I will be your host for today. Today's topic is going to be something I'm very passionate about. It's going to be about OSU and community and why community is important to us as people. Not only as people, but as players. Why is it important to us as players, and how does community affect us as players? So that's pretty much what we're going to explore in this video together, is how community and OSU are connected. Before really getting into this video, I do kind of want to highlight the fact that I'm primarily shining a light on the best things in OSU community and how it kind of affects us. I'm not going to be speaking about like drama or toxicity of the OSU community, because I feel like there's enough negativity out in the world right now. And I just want to clarify, I do know that there is toxic and negative parts to our community, but that's not what I'm going to highlight here today. Now, with kind of that out of the way, I would like to get into the main part of the video. So, let's get to our talking points. So let's start off by defining community. So what is community? Well, for one, it's a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Or, for two, a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. I feel like the more relevant definition is going to mainly be this first one because of the particular characteristic. We all have a particular characteristic in common here. We play Osu. That is our common interest, as talked about in the second definition. Now, what types of communities are there? There's a lot. I'm gonna name a few. Well, there's obviously the main player base. Then there's also, within the main player base, the skinning community, the mapping community, the tournament community, Discord servers probably for all of those, and then there's r/osu game, and there's a lot more other communities out there. Also, with the types of communities, there's also a bunch of types of events within those communities. Some being, well, tournaments, contests, such as like a skinning contest, mapping contest, meetups, such as one of the biggest in the world, being COE, or maybe even your local meetup. R/place was a Reddit event, and there's definitely a lot more than that. Moving on to how important community actually is, how does community affect our performance as players? I'd like to say community affects us differently as players, especially our experiences. So I'm going to highlight both the positives and negatives you might go through when you are dealing with community and how that might affect us. Starting off with the positives, community makes us strive to be better. It creates rivalry, which is a good form of comparison. I would say that there are two types of comparison. There is positive comparison and there is negative comparison. Good comparison is probably going to look like you feeling competitive with your friends, probably having a little bit of banter in between, but ultimately, you guys are trying to beat each other, and you are pretty much bouncing off of each other to become better. Another way I would say is players motivate us. They motivate us a lot. Other people are probably going to motivate us a lot more than ourselves are going to. That's kind of like an extrinsic motivation factor. Getting some good glaze from your buddy very much refuels our passion for the game, makes us feel like we're actually really good and worth something, you know? And they can also really pick us up off of our feet when we're feeling down. Kind of going off that same point, other players also make the solo game into a multiplayer game. It really makes Osu feel a lot less lonely um, when there's multi lobbies, tournaments. Uh, you have the ability to share your solo scores with all your friends. You know, definitely a very big motivation factor, I think. The last point I'm going to make is mentorship really affects our performance because we get help. Um, Mentors can really guide us through our difficult times with Osu. Like whenever we have skill walls, whenever we're mind blocking, whenever we're demotivated, and they really help us with understanding the game whenever we are at a kind of lower level of understanding and skill. Unfortunately, there is a downside to community. And it's really going to vary on your experience with community, but sometimes community can be negative, and it can hurt our performance. Some ways that it can hurt our performance and even our overall mental can be that we feel inferior in comparison of other players, especially when those said players look down on our scores. It does not feel good to be discredited. It very much hurts our mindsets and makes us feel worthless. So it is also very important to be around people that are positive for us. So I'm going to kind of pull us away from the main point of the video and kind of have a one-on-one chat with you and tell you my experience with how community has affected me. I would not be where I am right now if my communities didn't help me. Actually, this video wouldn't have even been possible without the community helping me. Kind of a more gameplay example of how the community has helped me a lot with my performance. Um, I hit a brick wall in Standard at around rank 70k, and I don't think I would have ever been able to pull myself out of that if it wasn't for this player named Shike Sora. To clarify, this is not me, like, telling you to go out and buy coaching by any means. I think a lot of people buy coaching when they don't really need to. But I bought coaching from Shike at around rank 70k, and I ultimately ended up at rank 25k, probably in under a year. And I feel like his mentorship and all his tips and the sessions I had with him really improved my gameplay a lot. I feel like I've always had pretty good friends in the community who really helped me out uh, by motivating me, giving me their own mentorship, and overall just being, yeah, being good rivals. Um, I don't think I would be where I am without that sense of rivalry I had with a lot of them. However, I feel like those negatives I talked about really affected me. I feel like I felt a lot of weight of expectation towards my peak. And I kind of stopped personally caring about my own scores. I cared about what other people thought. And I feel like some of the people around me also wasn't that great because they would look down on my scores and demotivate me. And that ultimately led for me to take a break from Osu as a whole. Um, and I kind of gave up on the game. Now you may be wondering what made me come back to Osu. I think what made me come back to Osu was my local community, where we were doing LAN tournaments pretty with back-to-back years. I would play on and off during that time, but I eventually ended up picking up Catch the Beat, And I feel like the Catch the Beat community has been very welcoming to me and refueled my passion for the game to where I wanted to make this video. And where even as a player, I feel very wanted, I feel very capable, and I feel a very strong sense of togetherness with the community. And that really that has positively affected me so much recently. Taking a break from me monologuing, I kind of want to talk about why community affects our performance, kind of in a more psychological perspective. So, starting off with the psychology of community, the first thing I wanted to talk about is self determination theory. Self determination theory represents a broad framework for the study of human motivation and personality. The theory is comprised of three main parts: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Starting off with the first one, autonomy. What is autonomy? Autonomy means that you are acting from internal choice instead of external pressure. You are pretty much choosing to play the game and choosing how to play the game. It's pretty much like I want to play finger control, not I should be playing finger control. Autonomous improvement feels a lot better because you're not really focusing on what other people think, and you are kind of wanting to improve for yourself. You're doing it for yourself, basically. So, next up is going to be competence. It's pretty much going to be the feeling of completion from the mastery of our skills. Competence is less about our random pop-offs and kind of lucky PP plays we might get every here and there, but really kind of the rise of our average skills and how we are doing better at the game. Competence is pretty much going to be our engine of improvement. The mastery of our skills really keeps us coming back to the game and constantly trying to be better than yesterday. Now, you may be wondering how this theory relates to community. Well, that's going to be our last point. It's going to be relatedness. Pretty much, it's the need to be connected, respected, or understood. As players, we improve a lot faster with connection, and a big reason to that is community makes us care a lot more about our scores and improving and making our efforts feel meaningful. Keeps us playing long term. Relatedness and community normalizes failure to us, and it provides us with feedback from other players, along with increases our own personal accountability with our scores and improvement. I'm just gonna say one more time for the record, unhealthy relatedness does exist. Avoid it. I'm not gonna harp too much on that because I've already said it a couple times, I think. Now, moving away from self-determination theory, there is one more psychological concept I do want to talk about, and that's going to be Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm not going to explain this chart too much, but pretty much all I'm going to say is to get to self-actualization, you have to have esteem, and before you can have esteem, you need to have love and belonging. And also, before that, hopefully you have these, but safety needs and physiological needs, I hope you have those, and if you don't, I'm very sorry that you're in that situation. Anyways, I think the Ozu community has given me a sense of belongingness or love and belonging has led for better self-esteem for me, even for like my daily life. And that has overall led me to become a more positive, extroverted person, and also to become a more educated person with a craving to kind of always be better and to be a little bit smarter. I unironically think without Osu, I wouldn't know how to navigate the mastery of my personal skills. I actually wouldn't even know my career path if it wasn't for the networking with the people I've made in this community. Again, I would not be where I am today without the people I have met in this community. And speaking of the people I have met in this community, I'm going to transition us to the interview section of this video, where I'm going to ask them a bunch of questions, and they're going to talk about their personal experience and opinions on those said questions. Lights! It's been
Yo, what's good? What's good?
forever.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
I miss you, bro.
Long time no see.
Yeah, good few months. You
Yep,
ready to do this thing?
I'm ready, bro. Let's get it.
Alright. Um, Let me pull this up. Alright. Question number one for you. What's your
Okay.
background as a player, and what contributions have you made towards your OSU communities?
Oh, well, my name is 858-1210 or LightsOut. I've been playing since 2016. I think it was like June 19th, somewhere around there. Um, you know, I've been playing off and on, um, like through different setups, through different like states, like Texas, Oklahoma, New York. I've lived like in many different places, but Oklahoma's always been my place. I've been 3 digit since 2018, and I think like the special thing about me, I guess, I don't know if it's special, but is I double tap. So like every note that like can be single tapped, I double tap. It's not like I think I'm number one player who does that. Um, and then what contributions? Hmm. Like, are you talking about the Oklahoma server and stuff?
It can be anything, like what contributions you've made, but I think I can name a lot of contributions for you just through Oklahoma.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
could talk about that.
The biggest thing definitely is like when I first started playing, uh I was like pretty competitive. I would like find friends and stuff to kind of compare myself to, just like not like, like a friendly way, like friendly banter and stuff. And I always wondered like kind of where I was at in Oklahoma. And once I hit 3 digit in 2018, I was like really curious. I was like if I was like number one or not. So I looked around and there was like no Discord server, nothing. That's like before the state websites even existed. So it was like, if there wasn't a Discord server, then it just didn't exist. But I made the server, invited a few people, and it kind of was just dead for a few years until 2020. COVID happened. Um, but I was like so motivated to like revive the server because I knew like a lot of new players signed up because of COVID. I would go to the nearby list on Osu. Like you press F9 and then like filter at the top. You go to nearby. That's back when it like actually worked. Now it's kind of like broken. But I would go there, find people who look like they're from Oklahoma, message them like a creepy message like, "Hey, I saw you on the nearby list. Are you from Oklahoma?" And a lot of people kind of thought that was weird, but surprisingly, most people joined. And then it's like after that, it's like a chain reaction. Like they invite their friends, all that. But I was like super dedicated to that. I would like set it. I would get like a VPN. I'd like closer to like Kansas, and like so it's like I would get like more Tulsa players and stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just I feel like I made a pretty big impact for Osu, Oklahoma, with all the lands and kind of the server that I've set up and all the people in it.
I feel like you've also carried outside of like the digital space as well with like meetups.
Oh yeah, 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 for sure. Like all the like in-person parts of it, yeah, for sure.
You driving around for 6 hours per day, picking up multiple different players. That is a level of dedication that
Yeah,
I don't think
that was
many can rival.
I mean I'm pretty used to driving, so and it's also like I understand um like there's a few people like early on like when the meetups were a lot smaller. It was really hard like for people to like come, so the meetups were really small. So now that the community is like a lot bigger in Ost Oklahoma, I really just want as many people to go as possible. Like I don't want anybody to miss out. So I
Right.
mean, it doesn't bother me at all. Like I remember driving to Salcido's house, and like yeah, I think I drove like what was it, like 8 hours that day. Because driving to Salcido, drive to the Tulsa land, and then drive back to Salcido, and then drive home.
Yeah.
That was a long day.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Nah, it was worth every second. I mean, like I wouldn't trade that for anything, bro.
That's good. That's See, this is what I mean by level of dedication. Is there anything else you want to say on that?
No, I mean, I feel like I covered pretty much everything on that.
Okay. Next question. How has your OSU community contributed to your success as a player? How has it improved your daily mentality?
Um, I feel like for my success, a lot of the people that I invited, there was this guy at the beginning. His name is Dicey Staking, or I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name, but he was um, very high rank for a long time, and I think he was like around rank 500 in 2019, and he was number one Oklahoma for a very like since like he signed up. Like it was always him for the longest time, and that like motivated me like really hard. Like after the server was made, I realized I was number two. It motivated me extremely hard to like push and grind for that rank. And sometime like middle of like 2019, I ended up getting number one Oklahoma. Um, but like that's just like the beginning. Like that was like there's many things. I mean, you have people like Amia who back in like 2020, he's the person who really got me into speed. Um, like back then I couldn't even pass like honesty. Like I was top what 300, and I couldn't even pass like honesty 7 star. Like I was that tapping gapped. And this guy named Amia and a few others, they kind of like really motivated me and pushed me to like play speed anytime I like ask for map recommendations. They tell me to play speed maps and everything, and I like barely like passing, just mashing the maps. But in the long run, I mean that really helped. Now that's my main skill set. So um, and then like the next thing after that, I really can think of is like Jeffrey and Bazinga. I remember when Bazinga started really getting into tournaments, and he ended up like getting like an insane amount of badges like right away. And I realized like I need to step up my game for USC if we wanted to be like a better team, because Bazinga was like passing me on that. So I ended up like grinding tournaments really hard, and I feel like I was able to keep up pretty good. Um, then you have Jeffrey. Jeffrey's like the final boss of like Oklahoma. He like has grinded the most like out of anybody for a very long time to like catch up to me, and I feel like that like kind of that's also like for the like success part, like even though it's not like me improving like I'm the one improving, the fact that I was able to get to like where I am from others in the Oklahoma community. Jeffrey, like he kind of had the same thing but with me. Like he really wanted to push himself because of me, and I feel like that's like another part of it that I'm like glad like it turned out like he really grinded to get to where he is now, and I'm happy with him. But daily mentality, I mean, it's always good to see. It's always really good to see everybody talking in there and stuff. Kind of like it's almost like like the server just runs itself now. Like I remember kind of back in like COVID when I first set it up, like it would be inactive for a few weeks and then randomly come back, and now it's like we got like a whole community, everybody knows each other, and it's just a really good feeling knowing that like where it was at one point and where it's at now.
So,
It's like all like, oh, I didn't even talk about 1K.
yeah, I was about to mention that.
Yeah.
How
Um.
would you say the 1K like community has helped you get your 1K PP?
Um. Yeah. I think um like the past like year I've been pretty inactive just with work and just life stuff, and you know I was so close to getting a 1K for the longest time, like only like 10 20 PP off, but it kind of like it was just like right there, and I really wanted Oklahoma to have like a 1K. Like I have friends like UFO, he was like really happy when he got Hawaii their first 1K. So I knew how exciting it was and like how nice it was for like your state to kind of have that, that nice that like huge milestone set for your state. Um, so I just like the past few days I just really grinded and like wanted to get it. I knew I was gonna get it like 2 days ago. Like I was like consistently just getting really close like over and over. But yeah, the first thing I did when I like FC'd it was like join the Oklahoma VC and like Oklahoma like 1K, and just really like everybody's like really excited. It was such a nice feeling.
How would you say the community has improved your daily, like actual real life mindset?
Mm, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how to answer the question, but like I do know um from like setting up the server and stuff and just kind of getting everybody together, and because it's like really my first kind of community I like organized and got everybody together. I was like uh I think I was like 14 or 15 when I first started the server, so I was pretty young. And I mean I feel like just kind of getting used to being around that many people, and you're gonna have people who do things that aren't like ideal, like like there's a people like early on had to kick but ended up being like some of the people I talk to the most now. But like for like real life situations, I mean, a lot to do with like the work I do now. I mean, I use like kind of that like those skills from back then, kind of talking to people in like a community way and stuff, like organizing things. I mean, I use a lot of that with what I do for work right now, so that definitely like helped me in the long run.
Helped you with work. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, question number three. What's your favorite part to the wider community of OSU?
Definitely like it's kind of like what we have with Osu, Oklahoma, but that's like everywhere. Like there's I've never played a game or been a part of like any community online where you have exactly like what we have, but like everywhere. Like this for every single state, every country, like there's so many like close communities that all just like, love being around each other and like kind of just like competing with each other. I've never seen that before. It's usually just kind of like small friend groups. Like in other games that I play, it's like small friend groups or insanely huge servers where nobody really like knows each other that much because it's so big. But definitely like with Osu, I mean, like everybody knows each other. Everybody like it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty much just like what I was saying. Like just that Osu Oklahoma isn't unique. Like, which is a good thing because I'm like I want as many people to experience like what we have as possible.
So, like, you really like the fact that there's a lot of region-based communities everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I feel like meeting people in person from like a game, like a circle cooking game, is like it sounds a little weird at first, but I mean, you get along. Like everybody I've met, I've like got really along. Like I've been along with in person, and I'm sure every other community's had similar experiences.
Okay, good answer. I love that answer.
Thank you, man.
I'm kind of interested in what you're gonna say on this next one.
I don't even I don't even know what I'm gonna say on this next one either, but
You,
I'll figure something out.
oh, you don't even know?
I don't even know. That's the only one I didn't really have anything for.
Okay. Well, question four. Is there anything you ever wanted to say to the community now that you have the chance to?
I think what I'd want to like tell everybody who's watching this video is just like, you know, how thankful I am to have them in the OSU community, even if it's, you know, something as small as just, you know, watching the videos without even playing the game, or like, you know, just hanging out like in the VCs or the text channels. Even if you don't like play the game, I know a lot of like OSU communities that like have people who don't even play the game, and they're like a big part of it still. Um, just even if you're not in like, you know, my community, I don't know, you know, who everybody is, but I know definitely are people who are thankful to like, you know, have you in their community, which is, you know, always a good thing. Um, but yeah, I think Osu's a very special thing, and that's kind of like everybody should kind of, dude. How do I brain fart so much, bro? I feel like that's I feel like that's good though. I feel like that's kind of like what I want to get across,
Okay.
something like that.
All right, man. Thank you for all your answers. I'm really glad to have had you come on here, especially since you have always been a player I've looked up to. I'm glad to have included you into a video.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you asking me everything. I mean, like it was like that nobody's ever really done this for me with in the OSU community before, so it's good to finally get a voice out there a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good talking.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go.
All right, I'll see you later, man.
See ya. Aisha, hello, hello.
Hello, Hansel.
Uh, Great to meet you for the first time. First time calling.
Yeah, first time calling for real. It's also a pleasure for me.
Awesome. You ready to do this thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Um, all right. First question. Um, what is your background as a player, and what contributions have you made towards your OSU communities?
Okay, so as a player, I created my account back in 2020, but I didn't know a lot about the game until like May 2021. So I didn't play a lot back then. But when I discovered the PP system, I started to grind a lot. And at the time, I was like, I was fascinated, and I'm still fascinated about the game, but at the time I was playing so much, and for many reasons, like middles farming, PP farming, SS farmings. I just liked to collect as many things as possible. Um, but nowadays, I'd say I probably am very mostly known as a speed player, because that's the only thing I play like all day, basically. So yeah, and as a content creator, I started only by sharing my plays on YouTube. But after, like, I'd say after a few months of sharing my plays, I was like, okay, I need to do, like, I wanna do more content because I always liked to create content on YouTube. I had a French channel back then in French where I posted Minecraft plays and content. So I was like, why not sharing, like, why not creating also content as well? And the first big video I made was a CTV Rewind for 2022, and that video worked very well, and it got a lot of well, it was very well received by the community. So I continued. I made two documentaries in 2023, one about motion, one about the Dark River, and I also participated, hosted a game show with the help of some other people. In 2024, I started CTB Poll. Maybe you know the channel if you watch CTB plays. So basically, it's really the only channel that shares like a lot of CTB plays. So it's been there for 2 years now, and we recently reached 1,000 uploads, and my latest videos like are very long, but I haven't been active for like I was inactive for like a year, but then I came back with that Exxon video that took me a lot of time, and the most recent one I made was a CTV recap of the best players of 2025 according to a community vote. So yeah, that's kinda all I'd say.
All right. Great, great background as a player. Probably one of the most, like, some of the biggest contributions. Being a content creator, um, especially for a small game mode like Catch. It's very inspiring because I feel like a lot of Catch does not have a lot of content in it in comparison to other game modes, such as, well, standard, the biggest one. So
Yeah,
that's
of course.
that's really cool.
Well, I'd love to see more people making content for Catch. That would be awesome.
Hey, I've been thinking about it. I'm just saying, I've been thinking
Of
about
course,
it. So,
that would be nice.
but are you ready for question two?
Yeah, sure.
All right, number two. How has your Osu community contributed to your success as a player? How has it improved your daily mentalities?
At first, I mean, overall, I'm a very shy and introvert person. So at first, I was really scared of interacting with others. I remember joining the old CTB global server Discord like uh, 4 years ago, I'd say, but I was rarely interacting there. It's really making friendships through the game as well as being introduced to some close circles. Like I'm thinking about the Belgian server Discord. That really helped me to get more confident and to be less scared about talking in public servers. But yeah, for a long time, and maybe still no, but it's definitely better. I had a very bad mental, and I was not happy about my scores and stuff because I mean, that's the biggest issue in the game. Is that you often compare to others, so it's really hard to be happy about your own achievement when you see others being so good. But I mean, that's how it works, I guess. Um, but lucky, like talking to people and seeing my friends and other people cheering on me for my achievement, it feels very good, and that's what really helped me to get more confident. I'd say. I also need to mention that there's lots of players who inspire me. Like Fuji was my first big inspiration. Um, he's not very known nowadays because he quit like 2 years ago, I think. But he was a very good DT and speed player at the time, and he really inspired me back then. Um, Also, yeah, I also owe a lot to Tris, um, player from Portugal, who often spectated me and requested me to play a very hard map. But that's something that really helped me to get into harder maps, territory, and just learn to practice and don't be afraid of C's and D's rank, because you will always play the map again and improve your score on them. And that's how you improve, really. But yeah, I'm very happy to be part of the Osukatsu community because there's so many wonderful people, and uh, I really don't wanna could step away from it anytime soon.
Okay, good answer. I really like what you said about the the Belgian server. You know,
Oh yeah,
servers like that are so important, like those more region-based servers. Um, and obviously, like, I feel like they're very important to improving our mental health, and obviously, people around you inspiring you, really important as well. Big parts to community there.
yeah,
You ready for third question?
yeah.
All right. Number three. What is your favorite part to the wider community of Osu?
Okay, so I really like I don't interact a lot with the wider side of the community. because I'm too shy and stuff. But I follow what's going on, and I really like doing it because I like the user community. Like I scroll a lot on Reddit, also game. I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTube channels. And I use Twitter also, even though I don't really like that social media. But yeah, I wish more like achievements from sit, other also game modes be shared among the main community. But I'm always happy when that happens.
So, a lot of what you interact with is just content creation from other people, which is like perfectly fine with like YouTube and like scrolling on Twitter and r/game. You know, I feel like that's probably the most a lot of people interact with the wider community. Um, Not a lot of people stick their head out there because of that shyness.
Yeah,
All right, you ready for the last one? This one's
yeah, of
pretty
course.
long. I'm reading it right now.
Pretty long, yeah.
This one's pretty long. All right. Number 4. Is there anything you ever wanted to say to the community now that you have the chance to?
So first off, big thanks to Afonso MPT, Shipblade, Rakety, Pixel, Yeeter, and Way for their help with the channel, with the TV poll. They really helped me a lot through the past years, and I think without them, the channel wouldn't be as good as it is. So yeah, really big thanks to them. Um, Play CTV, and that's all. Loki, like I don't really know if I have something else to say, but just play CTV. It's a very good game mode.
Play catch the beat. That boring game mode.
Oh my god,
Oh my
yeah,
god,
the
no.
fruit mode,
The
the fruit
fruits
mode.
mode.
Oh my
Seriously,
god,
listen to this guy.
the the
Catches the
false
beat.
rhythm game. The oh
The
my god,
the what rhythm game?
the false rhythm game.
The false rhythm game?
I mean, there's a lot of people who don't call catch a rhythm game. Like, I mean, it's
Oh,
still highly debatable. Like, even in our community, there's a lot of people who don't consider it as a rhythm game.
I see what you mean. Okay. I wasn't fully making out what you were saying there.
Oh yeah, my bad, my bad.
No, you're good. All right, Aisha. Wait, is it Aisha or is it Aija?
Um, Both. I don't really mind. Like, there's
Okay.
so many people who called me like some with different pronunciation that I just find it funny.
How are
So
you
yeah.
supposed to say your Discord name, bro?
Oh no, I mean, okay, no. This is because the last part is me in French. So it basically means Ajia, it's me. But like in French, it's Ajia, c'est moi.
Oh. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know
I
that's a
mean,
thing with like French.
yeah, don't worry. Like okay, so basically the second one is the right like writing, but since C is like C, like the letter C in French is pronounced like that. I
Oh.
just because Asia was taken, so I had to find something else as a username.
Oh, that's cool actually. Look at me, I'm learning something new about French today. I know nothing about
Let's
it.
go.
All right,
It's okay.
Aisha. I'll let you go and start your day cuz I know it's like 9 in the morning or something for you, 8 in the morning. Um
Yeah, it's 9.
yeah, I'm sorry to wake you up so early for this interview.
No, it's okay. It's my bad to go to sleep too late.
Go to sleep too late?
Ah, I slept too late today. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Well, I'll let you go. Thank you for your interview and all your time. Um, can't wait to put this video out with you.
Thank you a lot for giving me the opportunity to share a lot of things. So yeah, thank you.
All right, Aisha. Have a great day.
See you. Thank you.
Yeah.
RedEx!
Oh my god, Kai!
I missed you, King. Are you ready for this?
Alright. Yep, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
you're ready?
Yo, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm not very ready.
Oh
Um,
shit. Too bad.
yeah, too bad, too bad. Alright. Um, question number one. What's your background as a player, and what contributions have you made towards your OSU communities?
Um, I'm actually like originally a Smash player at first. I'm just taking a break from Smash right now because I got burnt out. But outside of Smash, I love to play rhythm games. I go to the arcade a lot to play other rhythm games. And if I can't just go if I can't go to the arcade, I just play Osu at home. Well, I first discovered this game back in the pandemic when I couldn't go out and everyone else just couldn't, because it was just like this is super big, the super big rhythm game that I've never heard of until the pandemic. And I asked my mom to get a PC. I'm not joking, just because I wanted to play Osu. I mean, besides also just being able to do my school stuff properly on my computer. But I don't really think that I think too much deeply about the game. I just really play it for fun. I don't have any big lofty goals about this game that I just do besides wanting to set some pretty cool scores that I find really cool. But regarding how I regarding my contributions to the community, I don't think I really made any big contributions because I only really participate in the events, but mostly in tournaments. And even then, I don't compete much in OSU tournaments either because I am busy with a lot of other stuff. But recently, I've started to play this game a lot more because I started seeing something that I could get out of this game, to the point where I actually qualified for 5WC for the Philippines on the B team. It's honestly really funny, and I wasn't expecting to get in at all. That's my complete honest answer. And it's just overall really cool that I was able to get into the team anyway. Because I barely even get out any opportunities like this, even in Smash, and I've played that game for practically my whole life. There's only really one time where an opportunity like this popped up, and I wasn't able to get in, but it's fine. But hey, I can do this in Osu now, so it's pretty cool. I get another shot at it, or to even like maybe try putting myself out there. And yeah,
That's good.
that's really it. I only really play Osu just to get better. I don't have any lofty goals. I just don't want to put as much pressure on myself like compared to other tournament players from what I've seen.
Okay, so a lot of your contributions is just by participating primarily in the tournament scene.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, that's a lot. It's a lot more than most people can say they do. Participating is a very big part to contributing to the community, even if it's like small and towards your goals is improving.
Yep.
All right. Number two.
Oh shit.
How has your OSU community contributed to your success as a player? And also, how has it improved your daily mentality?
One of the weak areas in which for me that I've started to practice only really recently is low AR reading for standard, and it's a bit hard, but it's going very slowly. But I wouldn't have been able to find those kinds of maps if not for Osu Collector, because truth to be told, tournament map pools aren't enough to find as many maps that train a certain skill set. That's why I think Osu Collector and obviously like other tournament players for being able to practice these skill sets as much as I could. I mean, sometimes I go on the Osu website. I just search a song that I like, and if it fits what I'm trying to practice or it's just really fun, I just put it in a folder. Which I do have a lot of folders that practice certain skill sets. If genuinely, if not for Osu Collector, I don't think I'd be as good as I am now. I mean, I'm not that good compared to like 4 digit, 3 digits. I'm really just some random 5 digit from the Philippines. But having that kind of resource is so useful, especially considering that I've never really been able to get that kind of resource when I played Smash.
Yeah, Osu
But
Collector as a tool is awesome. For the fact that it's community made. And all of
yeah,
us uploading our collections. Definitely an important resource.
yeah. Also just like because it's a self improvement kind of game, it obviously gives me so much like so much senses of accomplishment. I have a lot of goals, like a lot of dream scores that I want to set that I've been slowly been able to get. One of which is like one of which is my blue zenith choke that I still find that insane.
Do you think any part of like uh, the community has contributed to like your daily mentalities? Like, for example, like goal setting or something? You kind of mentioned that.
I did mention it. Yeah, the community is like I think that as a tournament player, having other players as a goal is already such a big factor. But even then, even if you aren't really playing tournaments, let's say like I would consider myself a bit of both in the way that I want to set scores that beat my previous best. But at the same time, I feel like having other players as a goal can push you even further and improve faster as a player. Maybe you try to play the skill sets that they like playing to get better in those areas. Maybe you'd like to get better in your strengths as a player or just become like a well-rounded player overall. Like anything that works just like so long as you get to push yourself forward to just getting better. It I would really just consider the goal setting part of my mentality to be what really pushes me forward to uh, being where I am today with Osu. Oh yeah. Actually no, never mind. Nothing.
I guess next question then. Um, so number 3. What is your favorite part of the wider community of Osu?
Um, since I always look to compete in every game that I really love, like like let's say Osu, Smash, Tetris at some point for me. It's not really a surprise when I say that the tournament scene is my absolute favorite. It's really I treat every tournament as a playground to get better, not as a way to get good results. Because getting better will just give the results anyway. It's kind of like like kind of like killing two birds with one stone. I mean, it obviously has its flaws. Like, there's so many D rankers in every tournament, and usually it's those same D rankers that will be doing well in those tournaments. But I still think that even with the D rankers there, I'm not taking credit away for how good they are by any means. But I still think that the the presence of D rankers being there means that it's a way or it's a very good way to benchmark yourself on where you are and then just get better with what kind of skill set you need to work on. I I also think that it's still the best display of skill even though Osu can be kind of RNG with the lag spikes and the random slider breaks that, let's say, I get a lot of the times. But even consistency is such a big factor in being able to do well, and it's usually the main factor of why good players and good players and top players in their like stay as good as they are. But no matter what, I still think that even even though tournaments are kind of slowing down a little bit as of recent, I still think that its existence brings a sense of unity to the community. I'm not expecting every single player to play tournaments. It's not for everyone. Some people, a lot of players just play this game for fun, even though like even the really good players who are like, let's say, 4 digit, 3 digit, some of them don't even play tournaments. They just wanna get better and beat their old scores. And I find that aspect of just improving, which is most present in the tournament scene, to be very beautiful. I also just like notice in relation to tournaments. Actually, is it? I'm not sure if it's completely related actually, but I also just noticed there's a lot of shy players in this community that still partake in like community events. Like, let's say there's a lot of giveaways in Osu Philippines for like supporter or uh or just actually just community events on like bounties and stuff that force different players to try playing for the bounty.
Hmm.
But I don't think that this community is fully dying anytime soon. I mean, in comparison to Smash, it's obviously declining a bit faster, but I don't think it's going to die simply for the fact that there will always be someone to pick up the reins of another person. I mean, Ed is still here, even though he doesn't play OSA as much anymore or make content. There, there's still someone like there's still someone that can do content. I don't think that this community is dying per se.
Okay. Yeah, I think tournaments are also one of my favorite parts to the wider community, mainly because uh, tournaments are in every game mode. They're a display of skill, and yeah, it can be some tournaments can be pretty difficult with D rankers and other issues. But overall, I think tournament experience is pretty good, especially if you have a lot of competitive drive. That's probably where you're gonna find the most competitive OSU players is in tournaments. And that does take a certain mindset. It's not for everybody. Um, to kind of reiterate on what you said, but that is definitely one of my favorite things too.
Yep.
All right. Um, number 4. Are you gonna say the hand thing?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Number 4. Is there anything you ever wanted to say to the community now that you have the chance to?
Please take care of your hands, please. I know that this game is really fun. It's very addicting. I'm addicted. But though, if you ever feel any sharp pain in your hands or wrist or forearms, please just stop playing. Take a break for a few days. But yeah, don't overexert yourself too much. Like, just to get one good play, because you can usually just get it another day. I've seen hand injuries across different games, and it's not fun. The kind of mountain you have to climb just to get back to where you are from a hand injury is no joke.
Yeah, and that it can last. It can last even past the game. It can apply to stuff that we're doing in real life.
Yeah.
It hurts. personal experience there. My
Oh,
left
wait, what?
hand, my left hand still hurts every once in a while. Mainly
Oh,
like my
shit.
forearm. Yeah, I'll get pretty stinging pain sometimes. That's why I play catch on my right hand now.
Yeah, the arrow keys.
All right. Thank you, RedEx. Thank you
Thank you.
for thank you for taking so much time out of your day.
No, no
to
problem, no problem.
to interview and write down your questions or answers to the questions. Um,
I'm happy. I'm happy to do this interview. It was an honor. And I hope that I can make some sort of impact to the community with my answers.